Hi, how are you today? This is JilliBling, and what do you think? Is that just beautiful? It's so elegant, it's so pretty. So first I did this one, and I used Highland Heather to kind of give a little bit of a blush to the flowers, and I love how that turned out. But I kept thinking about Petal Pink, so I did this one. And today I would love to do one using like a light blue, balmy blue. So this bundle, the dies, there's lots of dies, including the flowers and the branch. And for the birds, the swallows, there's a lot of dies. So much that trying to figure it out, I just had to cut them all out and see how they put together. So this one I used 3 different colors. I used white, smoky slate, and basic gray for the bird. And I thought these birds, these swallows, get lost on here. So this one I did with just plain everything white, and I used smoky slate to kind of add a little accent on the birds. But today I think I want to do it just plain white, white, white. Is that all white? Get it? Okay, so here we go. Here are some papers. This die is from the Stitch So Sweetly, and the designer paper is from Good Fortune. And smoky slate, basic gray, white, and black. That's it. Okay, so let's fold this in half. It's been a while, like it's been like 2 weeks since I've done a video, and I am so out of touch. I was like, now how do I turn this on and what do I do? We went to visit Emma and we had a great little visit, and that was 4 days, and we helped her with her yard projects. Always something going on. And then this is class week, so I'm busy either doing errands or at class every day. So it's been a good 2 weeks. So I have to admit, this bundle, this is Jackie's bundle. So when I look through the catalogs right when I get them, I want to order everything. And even if I don't think that I like it or I'll use it, I want to order it because I know as soon as I see someone else use, I'm looking for, oh, these little freckles. So on this one I put these little smoky slate freckles. You know, maybe I'll leave it off on this one because I like how crisp this looks. Oh, which direction? Try one up and down. So this is Jackie's bundle because I want to order everything, including this, but sometimes you just have to say, okay, what are your handful of favorites? Just get those. If necessary, I can get Soaring Swallows later. And now, I think I have to have it. Just because I love how this turned out. And there's so many other ideas that I have of things I want to do with it, because I just used the cutouts on here in this bundle. There's the birds, and just coloring those, I know that would be beautiful. And there's dies for those. You know, the dies, I'll show you which ones we're going to use today, just so you have an idea. That's what I was looking for originally. Let me show you something. Is, okay, what dies do I use? So here's the branch, and here's the flowers. That's easy. That's okay. The words, that's on this one. Okay. But all these other ones, this is what we'll be using today. And I'll hold these up close and I'll leave it sitting here for just a minute. So we're going to use, let me do it this way. Those are bodies and connector parts. These two are wings, and these two are torsos and heads. That's all we'll be using today, is these 6 dies to make the birds. But in the bundle, you have 2 extra birds, which are cute, and then you have the outlines. So we're not going to be using these, and next project in a few days we'll be using these. So that's what the dies are all about. So for right now, these 6 dies. And of course, 2 branches, 2 groupings of flowers, and the words. Okay, where was I? We'll just leave that sitting there for right now. So when you do the dies, there's 7 pieces, and like this is a triple flower, that's a double flower, and I want to sponge them with the balmy blue. So because we're using 2 branches on the front of the card, these 2 I have them ready to go, but I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so there's that. Here is balmy blue. And I think any color that you can make soft and pastel-like would be beautiful with this project. Let me see how much ink I have on there. So you don't want too much, because when the ink is soft or very little, that's when the flower looks soft. But eventually you'll have to re-ink and you'll have a dark one in there, which is fine. Mother Nature does all kinds of stuff. And so when it comes to these flowers that are grouped in multiples, I have a little bit of a trick, which I found out on the very last sample, the inside. I wish I would have done it. And that is, so I have this flower right here. See how it's a grouping of 3? Large, large, medium. And it would be easy. Oh, and another thing, using your snips. At first I was doing this, which is good, but pretty soon you're not getting full coverage on the flower, because like the little ones, your finger is in the way. Okay, so now I want to get ink just on the bottom part of that flower. How am I going to do that? So I'm taking a big one, and this one has ink on it. I'm going to flip it upside down. So it's kind of like masking. And you want to put it just a little bit away because there's thickness to the paper. And this one, because I'm holding it with my finger, because you really have to hold on to it, using the snips, I don't think you would, it kept on shifting on me. In just a minute, I'll show you why I'm taking the time to do this. So right there I see a little bit of a gap of the flower underneath it. Okay, so all that effort, the reason I do it is, see how this is still kind of white? That's still kind of white. It's a little bit more realistic looking. But you could just color the whole thing if you want to. Tiny little pieces. And then, well, that one turned out good. See how that flower right here, it's all the way white. So now when I put the color here at the bottom, just a little bit more realistic. Okay, that's the one that was upside down. So that is good for the inside. I think we're done with the dauber. You know my daubers. Just saying, if you have daubers that are a little bit old, they kind of start disintegrating. So you have to have fresh daubers. Okay, let's just start to building this card. Let's do the birds. So I have some branches that are done. They're just done in black. So I want to make this as a sympathy card. I never have them on hand. This is beautiful. It could be wedding. I have the words done. Sending loving thoughts. And over here, I have flowers. These here are for the front. This is 2 groupings. And then this 1 grouping for the inside. And I have bird pieces. Okay, bird pieces. All of these right here. These 6 pieces are cut out just in plain white. And they are right on here. You can punch this out. So I have 3 branches, 2 for the front, 1 for the inside. You know, I like both of those layouts. I still don't know which one I should do. Maybe I'll try the up and down one, because this one is going to have just plain white birds. Okay, so here's the bird pieces. And I'm going to separate them looking at these birds. And I'll put pictures on my blog in just a few days, so you can have the picture up and you could decide, okay, that's how to make that bird. Those pieces. So I have the body. This is the flying one. This one is the acting like a hummingbird one. That goes there. Where does this go? This is a wing part. Wing part, wing part. Oops. That is, okay. This one is going to go right here. That goes with him. And you know, I know when I put this on top of that, it's going to perfectly cover it. So it's like, well, why bother? I think they planned on maybe the wings could be tucked in between the layers, or it just provides a little bit more thickness, so it's a little bit more substantial. Okay, so here's my birds. I have this one up here with those pieces, and these wings are different. An easy way to tell is this one has a little notch down here, and it's a bit wider, and then this one has a divot, a dent in it, and it does not have the notch. These pieces are just wings. Okay, and this time I'm going to try the no sponging. Okay, so to put them together, I'll use liquid glue. And just put this right over the top. Probably should try the sandwich. If I do another one, I'm going to do the sandwich where I have the wings in there and then this will go on top. But I'm happy with these results, so this will be just fine because I know how to do this. Then to put the wings on, put a little bit of glue back here. And you know, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to need the glue, so I just put it at the top. Okay, so that's sticking there. I'll let it dry for just a little bit before I put this one on. Let's work on this one. So for this piece, put glue over the whole bottom, and there's just a lot of tiny pieces. But that's what makes it look so good. And that perfectly fits right over there. And this one, go right over the top. And in my blog, I'll have the close-up pictures, and that will help a lot with the assembly of the birds. Okay, and I have the top one over there, so I'm going to put glue on the underside of this swooping bird. I'm trying to keep it thin so it'll dry fast. Okay, so I'm going to just let that dry. Now let's go back to this one. So that wing is on there pretty well. So this one, I could just glue back behind there, but I kind of want a little bit of thickness. So I'm going to put, and I'm not quite sure where it's going to attach. So I'll put glue here, maybe down here, and then a mini dimensional. And hopefully they'll stick and attach there. So this one I want a little bit at an angle. Okay, so because of the dimensional, it's raised up a little bit, and I like that because I didn't even sponge this. This is just plain old white on white on white. Okay, well that looks pretty. And then this piece, I'm sure it has a reason, a bird reason, but I don't know bird reasons that well. Okay, I think my birds are done. So let's just let that dry and we'll get to assembling the rest of the card. So I'm going to put it on here because I don't want it to stick. Maybe upside down? Okay, so one of these will go inside. And then this one, right there, and here. Oop, punch out that little piece. So to attach them, I'm going to put glue just on the lower portions, and then I'll fold back the upper portions and stick those down. And that's just for ease and placement, because you don't, like right now I can hold on to the whole top and I'm nice, clean, and tidy. You don't know how many times I get dirty. Don't like it, don't want it. Okay, so there's glue on these leaves and not on the top. Kind of nice with them flopping up like that though. And then this branch, I'm going to have it come out of this little notch. Excuse me. And again, just on the lower portions. And I want it to stay on the card. This one I had go, oops, little flowers, stay right there. I had to go way off to the side, which is pretty. I could put the inside in too. I'll wait just a minute. Okay, so that is good. I'm going to let it dry just a little bit, then I'll fold back and I'll use the glue to dry the rest of the branches. So this can go right here. So I'll put that on with dimensionals. That can go, I'm going to leave room for the bow. Right there. Crinkle white seam binding. I use this all the time. I'm going to do a double bow, as tiny as I can. Maybe. I'm trying to make it too tiny. There it is. This is a tiny one. My fingers tell me this is a really tiny one. As they turn purple. Okay. Turned out cute though. It's tiny, it's cute. Okay, so that could go right down here on the branch. And I've been doing my paper pumpkin, my old paper pumpkin kits, and I have so many of these little glue dots. I need to use them up. I don't know why I have that tickle. At class the other day I started coughing. It's like, that's embarrassing. Hold on. Okay. Cough is gone now. So I'll put that on there. That's sweet. That's good. Done with those. Okay, let's glue the rest of this. So wherever it's loose, particularly the top ones, it's okay if the middle one is floating, because it's going to get covered up with pretty flowers. I don't know, is that like a magnolia? A tulip magnolia flower? I love tulip magnolia trees. And I'm not going to worry about them sticking down quite yet, because I know the glue is starting to dry. And by the time I get back there, it will be perfectly sticky and tacky, which is what I want. And I'm not worrying about the fold in my branch, because, first of all, because it's black. And then, once it gets stuck down, you won't even be able to tell that there's a fold in the paper. Okay, so I think they're ready to stick into place. Wherever they go is just fine. Okay. This one didn't get any glue. Oh, it did. So for the flower placement, I looked up online and it looks like the big ones are closer to the base. And this one that's a triple, like see how these two little buds go out just ready to hold a flower? I think that looks good there. So I'll try to put the big ones closer to the bottom, and then the littler ones at the top. And if possible, I will use dimensional to hold them up. Some of them are so tiny, they're just going to get a glue dot. This is just such a pretty bundle. All these little pieces. I love the branch. Let me find some of these bigger ones. Start with those. Maybe that could be a double. Do I have a double in here? I should. Here's a double. A double? A triple? How about the double right? I don't know. Ooh, that looks good there. I don't think you could do wrong with this. It's just so pretty. So wherever you put the flowers, it's good. And I don't know that you should have one grouping of 7 per branch, because there's still a few of the little, like a stem just waiting for a flower, and I didn't put a flower on it. Maybe that's one that's already bloomed and fallen off. That's a dark one. Must have just re-inked my dauber. I'm getting to the small ones, the dimensionals. I don't want them to show through. Here's a big one. A big flower. Okay, I think the rest are going to go on to here using glue dots. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one might hold a dimensional. One more dimensional. How about right? I'll pretend like there's a branch right here. That's the big one. Okay, so there's 4 little ones. So I'm going to put 4 glue dots on here. 1, 2, 3. Something over here, right there, 4. Okay. I have so many glue dot papers on the floor. Roomba. I love my Roomba. It cleans up after me. Okay, looking good. So all we need is these cute little birds. White, white, white. Oh, that's pretty. So this one kind of looks like a hummingbird. I know it's a swallow. So how about right? This one could be doing the swooping thing. I kind of want to have the leaves against the gray, because then I know you could definitely see it. Don't want to cover up any flowers. If I had a flower under there, I'd pull the flower up and put it elsewhere. How about just like that? Still a little busy, but it's really pretty. Okay, I probably said that 10 times. Okay, can't have it too high. Okay, there it is. The front is done. It is a little busy, but it's so pretty. Okay, let's do the inside. So the inside, I have sending loving thoughts. So I want to do the thinking of you, and I'll do that in Memento. Thinking of you. But you know this card only stamped twice for the words, and that's it. Used ink for daubering. So I will attach these. I could actually put it in the card because there's no more stamping. I'm not going to mess up. I don't need magic paper. Seen something hang. Oh, that's the ribbon. It's okay if the ribbon hangs over. Okay, now put this on. I'll have the stem go right there to the edge. So I'll put links on my blog, excuse me, and pictures and close-up pictures of the birds and everything on my blog, and a link to this bundle in case you want to have this bundle too. Like, I want to have this bundle now. Okay, and then the flowers. They probably shouldn't go on with dimensionals because it's on the inside. So, 1 branch, 7 flowers. Well, they're going to get dimensionals. It's just going to be a very substantial card. Here's the double. No one can ever complain that we make cheap cards, because we make nice ones. Yeah, I don't know about there. Right here. The designer probably knew exactly where each flower is supposed to go. I don't know. Right here. This is a big one, but it's single. One more big one, and then they can be glue dots or liquid glue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 tiny ones. And I'll put them on with glue dots because I need to get these used up. 1, 2. Oh, I have my picker-upper tool. Picker-upper tool, that's a good thing. Should have been using that. That makes it easy. spatula side so I can move it around a little. Okay, should have used that. So I think this card is done. So what do you think? Much pretty, much lovely, a little bit busy, but busy full of pretty stuff. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.